What's going on, Kitsunes? Recently, I woke up from my late afternoon nap. I went on my phone and saw this. Yeah, I know, I sound dead. I don't care, but I'm just calm. Kitsunero, a Kitsune VTuber, made a reaction video called How VTubers Lie to Men. As you can see in the description, it says, well, here we are. Smug Alana, Cypress, Banana Juju, Lucy Pry, Powder, and Mochi Mochi VT were all accused of lying.
Why? 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 Why?
Because we support men. Here's the thing. I'm using vidIQ. While watching a video, you can scroll down to check if there are any changes to the thumbnail or title. Since this video originates from 2DI0Lex, who is an artist, animator, and YouTuber, what's the sudden title change, and why is this video unlisted? Oh, I know why. Yeah, you're cooked. Good thing I downloaded this video in case Lex decides to delete it. I'm going to address several points regarding this video as well as the other video. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to harass Lex. Neither should you. I'm just going to share my opinions on the videos Lex created. The primary purpose of this video is to slander the VTubers featured in the thumbnail and video, claiming that they are manipulating men for money. In other words, grifters. You can watch the rest of the video for context, but I will say this. Oh, before I do, since I'm somewhat reacting to your videos, you now have more views, so you're welcome, Lex. Lex wasted his time creating a 7-minute video that spread hate and conducted no research. Nothing. I mean, I get it. I agree that fake cheerleaders can be perceived as dishonest individuals on social media and YouTube, which is quite true. Some people make this type of reaction content because they don't care. They make these videos for money. However, if these women didn't make this type of reaction content, they wouldn't care about men. So, Lex, where's your proof that these women are grifters? Oh, wait, you have no evidence because Lex here has not watched a single video of these VTubers, but instead watches a video of a YouTuber, Shazime.
They'd actually use this month to try to be a guiding voice for the men in their communities, acknowledging the nuances and complexities that social roles given to us oversimplify, how a lot of men and women's struggles are linked by cause and effect, that are magnified by our human flaws, and not contributing to the problem by fanning the flames of division.
What the fuck was that last 30 seconds of just verbal diarrhea? This guy unironically said I'm fanning the flames of division by talking about like unhinged freaks that hate straight white men and Men's Mental Health Month, which is a shocker. I know, it's divisive. Are you actually this stupid, or is the irony like completely lost on you? Both of these videos, by the way, are discussing the societal norm that is shitting on men for zero reason. Hello? The only things cited in these two videos are verifiably unmedicated Twitter addicts that say the most insane, unhinged shit. Did you even watch this? Oh no, you fucking didn't, because there's no fucking red bar of you watching it. God damn it, man. You didn't even watch the videos, you're just assuming!
You should never assume, because when you assume, you make an ass of you and me.
This girl did it.
But you watched this video! No! Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not gonna crash out. This is not worth crashing out over. This is just sad.
She did it perfectly. I like this channel.
And talks about men's mental health, acting like a know-it-all. What a waste of potential. And yet, Lex brags about being a professional artist when he insulted an artist who created Kitsunero's VTuber model.
For a single second that this bitch has a single authentic bone in her body. And her
just got a
advocacy
thought.
for men is about as flat and hollow as the avatar she controls.
Let's kindly ignore the fact that majority of men mental issues and lack of ability to share them is exactly due to people telling other men how to be a real man. And just keep doing it, but I'm right this time.
Yeah. No. Also,
in her body.
listen,
and her advocacy
like, I kind of... My brain didn't register this one before.
for men is about as flat and hollow as the avatar she controls.
You are insulting my artist by a single screenshot you have taken. He basically insulted Kamichi. And he calls for compassion. What does my avatar have to do with any of my opinions? My avatar isn't even that looted. And calling my avatar flat when, hello, you seeing those expressions right here? Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, so you are a narcissist piece of shit. How nice, considering you take negative feedback and accountability, as he recently addressed the criticism and gives time to watch the videos of the VTubers. However, if this keeps up, you will be like Catliant or Cat in Chat. Moving on to the other video, where he doesn't like Rev says Desu. And there goes Lex again, talking about grifting. But here's the thing, I may not agree with some of Rev's opinions and viewpoints. Still, since you don't like Rev for his common sense, I don't like the person that you put on your video and has been on your comment section recently, because you are somewhat defending a mentally ill, brick wall trans individual, and you don't believe me. Fine, I'll just show you the video clips then.
This person thinks that minors should be able to consent
to medical treatment. If minors can't consent to HRT, then they can't consent to puberty. How do you not understand the take? Like, what the f is wrong with you? Like, seriously. If they can't consent to HRT, if they can't decide which puberty they want to go through, how do you, like, justify forcing them through puberty? When these people talk about consent, it's always in a gross way. When I, for example, talk about consent, it is to, like, address the claims of, like, trans kids don't exist because they are too young to transition and, like, all these things. They shouldn't have HRT. It's the same with me saying, hey, you know, if a trans kid cannot consent to HRT, then why can they consent to puberty? How does that work? And then it's like, oh, that is so different. That's like lunacy that you even like insinuate that such a thing even like exists. That is crazy. You normies actually fall for this kids can't consent to trans affirming healthcare argument. I feel like people maybe like in the sense.
And I found this comment and it says, as a relatively normal trans person just trying to exist in society, it's people like you that really hold us back. This person is just making trans people look horrible and like creeps when that is not the case. There's cool trans people out there. There's trans people out there that are just trying to live their lives, but it's these type of individuals that fuck it up for everyone else. I found this comment as well. As a trans myself, I don't agree that children should transition. Children are by default not smart enough yet to make their own decisions, let alone know what those decisions even led to. A random kid at 13 or younger shouldn't be thinking about this type of stuff, which I agree with. Puberty is a natural progression of things. It exists for a reason. Now, this is someone responding to them on Twitter, and they say, sorry, I'm a leftist, but I still think that the risk of infertility when it comes to HRT and puberty blockers is too big of a risk to give to teenagers. Let them go to therapy for short, but no HRT before 18. I think that's a valid take. This person is delusional. This person should never be taken seriously.
Because a lot of these things that they are saying are from a fake point of like compassion. We don't hate trans people. We just want kids to make the right decisions. Love how this pretends to be shocked.
But wait! There's more!
So, Nyara retweeting Bent. Nyara's whole shtick will be bouncing back and forth tweets between them and Bent, where they endlessly complain about the individuals that they fail canceled because it gets them attention. And one of the newest things that they've done is they have decided to say that, so what I did wasn't actually life ruination after all. Huh. And I know that, like, I'm one of the only ones that, like, push the life ruination thing, but I'm glad at least that they memorized what I said. But I feel like it's extremely disingenuous for them to be like, oh, guys, listen, you can't really get mad at me. I didn't actually cancel them. Look at them. They're just fine. And it's just like, no, broski, you led a harassment campaign. In my opinion, you started the harassment campaign back a couple of months ago. But Nyara, now that Kirsch didn't actually lose a lot, because in all actuality, Kirsch lost 2 things to my knowledge. And I don't even think that one of them stuck. In fact, I will take a look. But one of them was her sponsorship with that video game that everyone hates. The second one was a blue check mark that was given to her through her association with GamerSupps. Okay, so she did take it off. So out of the entire ordeal, Kirsch did lose 2 things. Granted, I don't think that she was making any money from the sponsorship with the game that she was working with, but like she still lost. Nyara still, even though money was not taken away in my understanding, they still started a harassment campaign that, in my personal opinion, if it was still like a couple years ago, would have ripped away quite a lot of Kirsch's stuff. So Nyara it's extremely disingenuous for Nyara to say this, because in a way, yes, you did lead to some life ruination. One of my chatters is saying that she did make some money from it. So if she did make some money from it, then there you go. She did lose money from it. So Nyara, in a way, you did take away a form of income from Kirsch. So life ruination did occur there. I don't know if the money from Crime Boss was substantial enough. I'm going to assume that because of how small of a game it is, probably not. Probably not. But you still took away a form of money if they provided money to her. However, despite your disgusting attempts at taking away from another creator just because they had the gall to not view you in the light that you wish to be viewed, your attempts were unsuccessful, because Kirsch is now sponsored by Starforge, and I believe Starforge is a PC company. I'm very unfamiliar with them. But Kirsch is now sponsored by Starforge, which good for you, ma'am. And she is now the official VTuber, I believe, of Fish Tank Live. So, congratulations. Your attempts at ringing the other Foxu, the evil Foxu, when Nyara is the Foxu, a Foxu, but Kirsch is the evil Foxu to Nyara, and Nyara lost massively. However, by the same token, Nyara has also gained a new audience, and that new audience is born out of rage baiting for trans individuals.
Yeah, this mentally ill, brick wall trans individual is not worth our time to talk about, because all I hear from this individual is whining, and trying to get attention. In other words, picking a fight when you know you can't win. No one wants to talk about you, brick wall, so stop running your mouth and take a hike. I'm aware that not all trans people are delusional. I respect some trans people with common sense, but when I see a reaction video that Tectone did recently by a YouTuber named Ablaze about the trans TikToker everyone hates, Lily Tino, or should I say Nick Contino. This is the type of people that you do not want to support and should not take these people seriously, but be aware of their disgusting actions. But overall, you took accountability, you realized you were wrong, and point out your mistakes. Always conduct more research rather than letting your emotions take over. You can share your opinions, but still, do your research. I noticed that some people think that his apology video was not genuine. So, I'll let you guys think and comment on whether his apology is sincere or not. Anyway, I'm out of here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Kitsunes.